in the kitchen, and I lost momentum. But it's this female, this girl that was in a psych ward, and she's Spanish. She was like from Williamsburg, Brooklyn, I believe. I don't remember. People was trying to insinuate that she was there, and I think I remember it was her and like her friends, and they were standing in the intersection, they were laughing about me because I was leaving my car or something like that. And I think it's the same person, but I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, she talks about like $14,000 or $20,000 in the bank, and it all just went. She wasted it all. And then she started talking about how she got side effects of like I don't know what med she was taking. Maybe Depakote, maybe Risperidone. I don't remember. I asked her for like 20, 30 minutes to tell me what meds she was taking. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm autistic. So I interrupted her. But she was talking for like 20 minutes. I couldn't get it. And then I think it might have been Risperidone. I don't know. But what happened? She got lesions. I don't want to say lesions. Lesions, it's like spots on her head. I had the same thing. It was from Risperidone I took. Injections that I was getting because supposedly I was bipolar disorder. I needed that. So I wouldn't have a breakdown. But that's a side effect. That's one of the side effects, I believe. And I had it for years after that. I actually went into Trinitas. It got really worse. It got really bad. And I shaved my hand. There were just like spots, and it was just it was like big, gigantic lumps. But I started putting ginger all over it. I actually had a bump too. It's still there, but that's from being bruised. These, I want to actually trim my hair, and it's like I have little spots here, but I don't know if it's them. Hair grew over it. Her spots, like there wasn't any hair growing, and she said she took these antibiotics, I believe, or something to that extent to combat that. It took her like 6 months, and then they disappeared. She said they would ooze and stuff like that, but she had these spots in her head. Some people let me know that's karma for laughing at you. I don't fully believe in that, and I get what some people would say that. I get it, because she's beyond like a person that she doesn't show empathy and respect. Let's just leave it at that. And the situation that really got me aggravated with her. First of all, she looked like boy. She had very short hair. She had a little mustache growing. I mean, I know you've been there for like 2-3 days, you didn't shave, or you just want to be like that. I started calling her like a little dude, like she tried to be a guy or something like that. And she didn't show. Actually, yes, she showed homosexuality tendencies with another nurse. They talk and they held hands for a little. It was kind of disturbing and creepy. It's like, you're a nurse, why you mess around with someone that's locked up for psychiatric reasons? It was creepy on behalf of the nurse. And yeah, the nurse, a black woman, but she had very short hair too. It was like, I didn't know that. I see that coming. I'm not saying every black or white or any whatever chick with short hair does that, but it's like, it lacks femininity. But it's not about that. That was just an eerie, creepy night, and I was like, wow, really, man? It's like that? See what I can do. But it's like, look, just go to the room. all right, sorry. I'll be back. No, I'm being a weirdo. That you can say I'm goofy and dopey. That you can't say. I get it. But I wasn't really like that. I started watching her. Not so much the nurse. Because a lot of them I like that in there. But her, actually I was like, well, now let me talk to you. Not because I'm a homosexuality thing. It was the wording she would use. Also, she would say she's autistic, so I would ask her, so she would interrupt me. And she'd be like, I'm autistic, I can't stop doing that. And then I just realized, like, you're just a fucking rude person. That's what you really are. Maybe it's a low-level autism she had, but I don't believe that. So she had this $14,000, $20,000. And suppose she spent money on that for 6 months. I mean, the pill's maybe not that expensive. She had the surgery. It was on a finger here, and right here on the elbow. It was a cut. It was a long cut. It was a bruise left from the surgery. I asked her where she get that from. She was trying to say she had problems, opening her hand, like arthritis or osteoporosis. It is I was thinking like arthritis people would talk about, but I don't think that's like you label it. And it's like they have problem opening their hand and stuff like that. With the bones, I believe, or the bones, like the muscles there, they contract or something. I don't even know. But she was talking about it, and it was a side effect from the element she was taking. And I'm just like, I mean, I don't know, fully know, but I had problems in my hands. I had carpal tunnel, and that's muscular. But bone density can be improved with hot steams and saunas. And there's natural ways to fight that as well. But also I'm thinking you had these $14,000, $20,000, right? And it's like you have all these resources. I mean, more resources than I had, and you're bragging about it. But then you're like, it really is about, you have the most money in the world. If you don't know how to use that money properly, it'll be dwindled away, and then you'll be left with scars. I'm not trifling her experience, but like $20,000, you spend money on surgery, even though, and back then I don't think she had insurance, so I don't even know. Now you have to rely on insurance. What is that $14,000, $20,000 going to give you? It is the phrase being used. This was a picture of it. It's like it's a being, it's a human being, and there's a wall. He has like 10 ladders, but the wall is like a couple feet tall, so he needs to put the ladders together, and he just doesn't know how to do that. And they're all stacked on each other, so he cuts them up, and he makes a fire because it's cold over it. It's in the open. There's nothing around. Instead of you know how to use the resources and climb over the wall. It is a form of analogy, a metaphor, actually. I mean, I'm not gonna say go in the shower right now and take a hot steam shower, but yeah, it could do that. It could help you. Steam over water, I could do extract some cinnamon or anything else. You get the steam from it. All over your face too. I need that. Ginger, that's one of the things, fights anti-inflammation. I don't know if that's the case. But so many natural things you can do to combat instead of using chemicals inside you, And when the doctors, and when the nurses, I told them I'm refusing all my meds. And actually, one of the doctors, said, he didn't openly say you're not schizophrenic, but I get it. You had side effects, this and the other, and they didn't give me risperidol. It was like 5-6 days in a row. It was in the morning. It wasn't the same nurse, I believe. But I was like, I'm refusing my meds. And she, that person I'm talking about, she got in front of me, in front of the conversation with the nurse. I was like, excuse me, can you move out of the fucking way? And then I became angry at her. I didn't rage at her. I was like, oh, fuck, it's like I fucked up. They're going to see I'm angry. I'm going to stay there for like 5 more days, maybe a week. Because this girl that got banned would have probably wrote me down and shit. Because I got mad. I got mad. I got angry. I'm psychopath, right? Because the idiot, purposely walked when I'm talking to someone about my medication. And she had a smile on her face the whole time. She enjoyed it. It's like, you talk to your doctor and nurse about your meds, how you, you don't need to take them, and you think I'm going to interfere. Like, is that autism or you just a fucking jerk off? You're a rude fucking idiot. Excuse me for saying the word jerk off. It's a derogatory, degenerate term. Well, I'm just so fucking angry with that fucking little person. And after that, I didn't want to talk to her. I talked to her a couple of times, but it's like, I was asking her about the surgery and all that stuff. I wanted nothing to do with her. And I was doing my, little exercise training. It's rapid movement, and the idiot, her and his kid, Arthur, it was like lunch or breakfast. They started dancing like this before. Look, we're dancing too. You want to dance with us? Like, I'm the goofy dope. Look how you fucking people are. I already said it, Arthur over there, we just texted together. He didn't answer my phone call. A couple of them. He texted me back and he's like, he doesn't want to go Trinidad. He has to take the meds. I'm like, you have to take the meds. You don't want to take the meds. So why don't you say, I'm not taking any meds? You're not, and even in there, like every time I was fighting for it. Why give me this? I'm not schizophrenic. I'm not even bipolar. You have to prove it. You have no proof. And they a reason with one doctor. But you're on the outside, you're not in the hospital anymore, and now you're gonna have to take the meds? And about that person I was talking previously, her parents, like, I don't know if it was their idea, but the hospital, they're diagnosing as bipolar now. And the whole time I was asking, it's like, are you not this? And she just kept talking and blabbering, talking like she wanted to be bipolar. I don't even know. Maybe she likes to take all kind of chemicals and poison inside. It's not even my fight. Especially when you disrupt my fight for not being, taking chemicals and poisons I don't know I deserve. There are just some people, you just can't help. They don't want to be helped. In fact, they'll bring you down for the same problem they're going through. But then they'll complain about it and cry about it. It's also like, are you fucking insane? You know, you complain about the same thing you want to happen to you, presumably, and you want to happen to me. It's like you want a different result, but you're doing the same thing that'll get all of us in there. And as soon as, you know, her and Arthur, they heard the nurse say, no, you don't have to take them. You have the right to refuse them. Basically say they may not ask schizophrenic. They didn't say anything like that. Like, you're right, you shouldn't take them. And like, oh, I don't want to take my meds. I don't want to take my meds. I get afraid. Hey, look, you want to call me? Yeah, here, I'll call you. I'll text you, though. I'm not talking about Arthur there. It's his personal problem. Sexual deviancy. That guy he was like hitting at every nurse. Every nurse that he saw, he was like, oh, she's beautiful, like, you know, flirting, this and that thing. And then like a guy came over and said, hey, what's up? Hey, I'm depressed. It's like, you're not depressed. You want to get laid. And it worked for you. You don't get sad. Like, you know, all right, fine, I'll get you next week. And I'll come back here again. He's like, he's a celebrity of Trinidad. Arthur, hey, what you doing this week? I come stop. I hear you. You know, it's like your Polish uncle and shit, but he's like one of the cool guys. you're like, you're still like a weirdo. You just stare at the guy, you know. Yeah, it was weird. Like Arthur, nothing too negative, but he actually understood I had a symbiotic nerve damage, and he pointed out these nerves run through here and all the way here, which is my left side. So you know, he actually told me to stretch like that. You know, he understands some things about stretching and his physical state, except a lot of times he malnourishes himself. And I'm in the same boat on that. But, you know, I'm not going to be around people that might take me down or might ridicule my progress. I'm not going to have those people around me. You know, I don't care for that. And, you know, yeah, it's like, you know, it's not about having thousands of dollars and having money for surgery. You know, you shouldn't have that surgery to begin with. You know, it's very creepy and eerie. Like, you know, scar here and a scar here. Actually, I think it was on her left hand. It's odd. If you look, you know, I have videos like they're doing it the wrong way. I don't know if I upload it. But they're you know, putting PVC pipe, I don't know if it's water or sewage, I don't know. It's plastic, and now over the asphalt there's a line. It's like a scar, like a surgery scar. I mean, I haven't started to think about that. Maybe it could be alleviated in a different manner. Like, you shouldn't scar beings in the environment, especially when putting chemicals inside the ground. Yeah, by the way, this is not the most friendliest to my body, but I needed some mild sugar for me, you know? Water doesn't do it, and I gotta go make a lemon and ginger water, like I've been talking about. But yeah, when I do my trainings and just stretching, you know? Also, yeah, in Trinitas, you know, I actually ran through the hall. The fifth time there, actually, it was like after midnight or 11, and the corridor, the hallway was empty. So I just went like 10 times back and forth, maybe even more. And I felt it in my leg because I was already sore, in my calves, in my you know, in my soles, in my feet. You know, it was like, it was stressful, but it was so good. Barefoot. You know, it was like, you know, running to the psych ward holes. Usually I walk fast just to, you know, do something physical. Which is another thing. The psychiatric unit. You want to help people with mental illness or mental health, or you promote mental unwellness. That's what Trinitas and a lot of probably these hospitals really do. They're in the business to keep you coming in there being on meds, drugs, stuff that you don't need. I mean, if you go in a place like that, let's just say you had a mental stressor. Best way to alleviate it is to exercise, healthy walking, fast running, training, you know, even simple stretching might leave you out of stress, calm you down mentally, make you feel good, endorphins and relaxation. But they're not in the business of that. A lot of people over there, you know, they're aggravated if you take care of yourself, take care of your body and your mind. They don't like that. A lot of times, like, you know, those two people, they'll make fun of you because you're like, what? I'm dancing? Really? Was I dancing? You know? Oh, I'm a psychopath because I walk fast, right? So if I run, I must be the craziest person in the world, right? That's your fucking logic? You think I'm gonna believe you? That's a doofy, dopey person right there. That fucking mentality and stuff like that. Perpetuating fucking lies all over. And you know, that's not a staff member. That's some of you that fucking go there. Probably be the next weekend shit.